Welcome back to another episode of Trapping with Trapper Joe. In today's episode, we will be trapping beaver. Enjoy today's episode. So that should be the edge of the channel right there. Don't know how well you can see that. Where my stick is floating up. Okay, if my stick can stay there for half a minute. That is where the edge of the channel is, going that way. So I'll stick my 330 in just on the other side of that and wire it off. And then that'll be a good set, and then the other entrance is just on the other side of the hut there. These trap stands work real nice. Even the Belial 330s fit on them. They're a little tight, but they fit. Slide it all the way down. And do my springs. Steal the wire off my trap for a second. Once the trap is on the holder, it can't really fall off of there. So you just need to wire off your trap holder. Which is sometimes easier said than done. The reason I'm using these, you can also do take two branches and stick them in your trap springs like I did here with this, but take two sticks instead, dry poles. Works just as well. The only thing I find here is the channel here is so hard packed that I can't get my trap down, or my sticks down in it, so I'm hoping that just these little bars on the trap holder will be easier to push down in the mud. So we'll come to where I think the channel is, which is just beside my stick. Lift up my sleeve so it doesn't get wet. Push that right down as far as I can into the bottom. Ooh, that water's cold. And this pole. Will be my tie-off pole. Oh. This stick here got hammered down into the mud. That's where my trap is tied to. And my channel set is in between the two, the long pole and the little short one. So that should work out good for me. And we'll get this other one. We'll find the channel for it and get it set up and carry on. So this nice, beautiful little channel. We're going to break out the ice. Look, they even provide a guide stick for me. .330 set. See how my trigger's up? I want it down. Always want your trigger to hit in the belly. The back is the money spot for fur. And if you don't want fur damage, get that trigger on the bottom. And something else I'm trying to do is get my trap as close to the bottom as possible. My springs aren't going to fire there. Trying to find a spot where it's not so tight that my springs won't fire, and then I'm out far enough to get them under the water, but there we go, that's good. Got a couple of my sticks here. And I'm going to keep that nice and stable. This one I'm just going to sit on top to kind of make them dive under. There we go. Now we'll make sure we wire off my trap, because that wouldn't be a good thing to not wire off your trap. Grab my beaver smear, put a little bit of that on the end of my stick here, just out of the way so that when the beaver does normally come up, it won't be in his way, but at the same time it'll be in his channel where he's used to coming up, and hopefully he'll get caught. So we'll go put one more in. I'm going to turn you off for that, and we'll carry on. Well, I'm at 12 beavers so far for this year. I was hoping to be a lot further ahead than that, but the way things worked out, it just didn't work that way. So here's hoping I've got a few beavers here today in the next few sets, and hopefully I pick up a few more muskrats, because 2 muskrats is a pretty piss poor day. But and then Saturday, well, we'll have to head around to the other side on the 4-wheeler again and see if I can't find ponds that are easy channel sets that I can set now with 330s and just leave in even when it freezes. So we'll figure it out, and I will end up with my beaver quota before the end of the season. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, Twix. We'll have a little snack. We'll go up to the next set and see what's what. Okay, so we're at this beaver hut. You can see I've got this one pulled up and snapped off. It was down where this vertical stick is here. There's nothing in it, but the other 3 sets, starting with this one here behind the boat, well, find a place for you. This guy I caught going back in the water. Nice size 2-year-old. That's great. So there's one. I had another cast around set down just behind him, and I caught him coming up out of the water there. And then where the vertical stick is hanging out of this water, Well, just beside it was where I put a channel set. I think I have video of it. And beaver number 3. So that's good. 3 more beavers. Puts me at 15. We'll get these guys out, get them loaded up, get the traps loaded up, and carry on down to the next hut and hope I got a few more catches there. Okay, all loaded up. You can see those 3 beavers are actually all about the same size and age. Oh well, that works. Just means that there's 3 less beavers in this hut, and that's their feed bed right there. And well, it's pretty big, so with 3 less beavers in it, they should be good for the winter, and I'll have more to take out of here next fall. That's the way it works. So cool. Alrighty, see you guys at the next set. Good morning, guys. Somebody wanted a show of my trapper's cabin, so I'll just give you a little tour here. We got the green tractor seat, and then my workbench, Dad's sharpening grinder for his knives for work, stretcher boards along the back wall, and then my flushing beam is there. It just basically folds down, and more stretcher boards, beaver boards, more storage, fireplace, kindling, and Katie, who's all happy to see me because she's going to get a beaver snack today. So that's basically my trapper's cabin. You can see up above I've got a ceiling fan, and the muskrats are sitting on 2 old barbecue grates just to dry them out. I can fit about 10 muskrats up there before they start falling. So that works. Okay, so I'll turn you back on when I get around to the other side, but when you get there you'll see why I pulled off the lake. It is frozen solid right across, which is friggin' early for this lake especially, but for most lakes. And it's kind of funny, just last weekend after I pulled all my traps, I was talking to a buddy, and he's like, oh no, it won't freeze, it's got to get, the wind's got to stop, and it just won't freeze. And well, the wind died down that very night, and we ended up with the lake freezing right over solid then, and then it stayed at night down to -20 kind of thing. And so now we got a frozen lake, and hopefully some frozen ponds too for when I start setting for beavers. If not, well, I'm gonna go for a swim. Not on purpose, but we'll see how it goes. We'll check the ice as we do it. I'd imagine that by now there's probably an inch, maybe 1.5 inches, hopefully 2 inches, 3 inches. More the better, but not too much either. And I hope I can get my beavers before it does get too thick, because I don't like chopping through thick ice. And I've seen us get 3 feet of ice in some spots around here. So anyways, like I said, I'll turn you back on when I get around to the other side and show you the lake. And we'll go check some traps. Hopefully it'll be a good day. As I round the next corner, I'm 1, getting back onto the trap line, and 2, you will see the lake off onto the right. across a few slushy patches, but for the most part, she's a frozen lake. Glad I pulled last week, eh? That would be a bitch. Had I not pulled, I would have actually had to walk. And let me tell you, that is a long ass walk. And I don't even know if I could have gotten to all my sets, because in Tamarack Creek they would have been too deep, some of them, for me to get to. And same with driftwood. So that's why you check your weather forecast and make sure you don't get screwed over. So I'm pretty sure right there is an entrance. This side here I wasn't 100% sure. There's like a hole where they were coming out before the ice was completely frozen right here. But I'm gonna go there because I think that's where the entrance is, and it's right along the feed bed. So when they come in, well, hopefully they'll go for my poplar pole, which is all scored up, as you can see. I'll sit that inside the trap, and that should help me lure them in, and hopefully I get a beaver or two. I can't see there being more than 2 in here, but we'll see how it goes. So step 1. Down my trap just a little, enough for me to get my stick in there. So now you can see my stick is in between the triggers. It's over. So for the moment, grab a dry pole. Saw me turn my stick around because my wire's on that side, and I want my wire on top of my pole, so that's coming out of the water. So got that going. What I'm gonna do is, got some wire here, my pliers. I don't need a big piece. Just slip that in around the pole. And I'll tighten it up. That'll just keep my trap from falling any deeper, and it'll help me keep it at the proper height for when I'm under the water. And then if I want, I can fix this spring a little bit, make sure it's under the water as well. Now I grab my trappy, take me towards the hole. Good morning, November 20th, minus 17 2 days ago. And we'll just have a little peekaboo here. Oh, air bubbles. That's a good sign. Even kept my bait pole. Oh, that's a shitty catch. I guess it's a catch, but beaver number 17 for the year. There's the remake. Same thing as before, just a popper pole stuck inside the trap. And when the beaver comes and he gets snapped, and there be the result. So, nice. We'll take that. On to the next beaver pond. Okay, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but just as I walk into this big mess here, come over this way, and if I go out here, you should be able to see all three. So, you can see here, I must be on a log here, coming from that way. And it comes underneath me and then joins up to the other side there. Well, there's just enough ice to get my trap under. You can see my trap is just under the water. And so I put one in there because right at the end it looks like beavers have been coming up to chew. So I got that one. And then this one here is baited 330 on with a 1-inch poplar pole compressed between the trap, and the other one is right here. It's that one there. And then you can see my wire going off. And that one there is the same thing, and it's actually, I'm pretty sure that one's in the channel, or at least the entrance. This one here, I'm not 100% sure. And that's the hut. Back up for you. That's the hut right there. That big mound. They got 2 big logs. I guess they chewed the shit out of them to get them out of their way and make them their hut. But yeah, you know, you can see right there. That's the vent hole, or the chimney, as we call it. So I have no idea how many beavers are going to be in here. Again, it's all spruce. There's a bit of tag alder, or alder back here, and that's what they're using for a feed bed. So hopefully my pieces of poplar will be what they really want, and that's what they come for. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. I'm not going to sing the rest because we all know I can't sing worth a shit. But for some odd reason, somebody decided to stick a flag all the way up on top of that hill. And I say all the way up on top of that hill because it's a sheer cliff. There's a back way up there, and then there's a lake on the backside. But weird. Some people, I tell you. Anyways, carry on. Hey guys, so we're just out checking sets, and I'm at this beaver pond. You can see the water's yellow, or the ice is yellow, it's because this pond, if you look at the dam, there's about a foot difference between the top of the dam and the pond, or the water. It's got a hole, apparently. And I'll just show you when I get to my sets here. I kind of cheated a little bit. I came and checked and then went back and got the camera and anything else I needed. So the set that was right there is a channel set, and it's still set. Nothing went through it. It's the one that I should have moved, or was going to move, but I left it there, and because it warmed up. So it's supposed to cool off this week, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And then, okay, so you can see there is a beaver kit in a 330. It was in the entrance just behind the trap there. And then in here, I got another catch. I haven't pulled this one up yet, so I don't know how big it is. I know it is a beaver though. So, I don't know if you can see though, there's about an inch of space between the ice and the water. And she's a dropping. So, I'm not sure if he's caught or... There we go. Nice sized beaver. Cool. So we'll get these reset. I brought some bait poles to put in and we'll drop them back down. I may as well try and catch as many of these guys as I can if they're going to freeze out anyways. And this water keeps dropping on them. They're going to be in serious trouble, so we'll catch as many of them as we can out of here and have fun with it. Eventually I'll switch over to snares if they start getting trap shy on the conibears. Okay, so there's Mama and Kit. So that's cool. I got the traps reset. One right there, and the other one here again. So hopefully we pick up a couple more, and we'll see what happens. Also, it looks like from the tracks, a lynx or two came walking the creek system, so that's cool. Well, that's the end of today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.